Well, good morning. It's Tuesday the 28th of July and it's about 10:30. I've returned to hopefully finish the Cape Wrath Trail. I started it just at the end of April and got to Ullapool. Unfortunately, my dad was ill. I had to go home and see him, and unfortunately he died, which was very upsetting. But I've managed to come back. I flew up from Gatwick yesterday. Plane was delayed by an hour, which was a bit of a pain. Stayed overnight in Inverness and got the 8:10 bus from Inverness to Ullapool. Just popped in to the outdoors store in Ullapool and got some gas, and popped into Tesco's and got some food, and I've just passed the quarry. I think it's relatively easy walking today, past Inchnadamph, and I'll probably stay at the schoolhouse bothy, I think. There's a heat wave down south, and has been for the last month, and it's continuing now. It's not cold up here, but not nearly as warm, and the main difference is there's a forecast of 3 days of heavy rain. I haven't seen rain for the last month, so in some ways it's quite refreshing, but it is wet, so I've got all my wet weather gear on. Just walking along this dead easy track now up to the river Ullapool, I think, and I think it's relatively flat pretty much all the way to Ullapool Bridge, actually. So we'll see how we go. Just about to cross the little bridge over the river Ullapool, and then just in the distance you can see Loch Alsh. It's a bit foggy and misty today. The worst of the rain seems to have abated, which is nice, and it's been an easy walk so far. And this is the view west, River Ullapool. A fair bit of water in it at the moment. And over the other side, countryside looking a little bit more rugged now, but a very good clear track. And there's Loch Alsh. And the rain is still gently pitter-pattering down. Well, I've been calling this Loch Alsh, but it's Loch Achal. So, walking very close to the side of it. A very occasional car. And one or two other walkers, but apart from that it's very quiet. Quite a picturesque loch, and the rain seems to have stopped, which is nice. Beautiful boathouse, I think belongs to Rideau House. Beautifully constructed, and walking around the loch, quite a few flies and midges out now, but that's sort of what I expected at the end of July. Well, hooray, the rain's stopped now, which is good. Quite a few midges out and things like that. This is looking back the way we've come to Loch Eilish. Oh, I can't remember. About 9 kilometres from Inchnadamph, and this is the trail going on. easy walking. Just gone through a field of cows, but they're okay. Some sheep there, and the midges are out, so I better carry on walking. This is Inchnadamph, which looks like just one little house in the middle of nowhere on this track. Touch wood, the rain has stopped. It's actually quite warm now. Just stopped to talk to two Dutch cyclists who are also going to Schoolhouse Bothy, so I shall probably see them there. And I think it's only a small bothy, so if there's a problem I shall pitch my tent outside, but I think it might be quite a wet night, so it might be nice to sleep in the Schoolhouse Bothy, but we'll see. The rain's stopped now, which is good and has held off for some time, and there's a little bit of a breeze now, which is keeping the midges away, which is nice. And I think probably about 5 kilometres from Inchnadamph Bothy, and I'm going to stop sometime soon and have the sandwiches I bought from Tesco's in Ullapool and take a little bit of a rest. There's the river down there, and to the north of us, the hills. Just looking back the way we've come, there's Inchnadamph. A little bit of a wind, you can see the little bits of white on it. And straight ahead. Walking up to Inchnadamph Bothy. The wind's really picked up. And have a little look at the delights of Inchnadamph. So this is Inchnadamph Bothy. The Dutch couple I met before were here, and we stopped and had a bit of a chat. They've just gone off. There's a little back room here. And upstairs, beds, and then one other room. Ooh. So very pleasant, nice new roof by the looks of it, and decent sleeping platforms, and a fire in there as well. It's really got quite windy outside. I must admit to feeling pretty tired today, a little bit jaded as well. I'm finding it difficult to get back into walking. Right, there we are. About 6 kilometres to the Schoolhouse Bothy. I'm going to try and head for there now, and hopefully get there by about 5:30, something like that. Got about 3 kilometres to the Schoolhouse Bothy. Got a river crossing before that, and we follow the track down here, and then going up between the two hills just over there, and it's just round past that bend that the Schoolhouse Bothy is. It's still quite windy, it's got a little bit more grey, but it's decent walking weather, so it's nice to have a nice stop in Inchnadamph. So I was more refreshed after that, so that was good. It's about 4:30, so hopefully get to the Schoolhouse Bothy by 5:15. And see what's what. Probably stay there, but might possibly press on. Just got to this river crossing, and it looks like it's going to be a bit of a wade. Can't see an obvious place to step across without getting wet feet, so I just stopped to put my gaiters on, which helps slightly. So let's go for a paddle. Not too bad. It's got nice cool feet now. Albeit rather wet feet. There we are. And what have we got here? A danger sign. Let's see what it says. Going's been relatively easy so far. A few bits of slight bog, and I suppose the rain we've had this morning has come back. Danger, keep back. Do not approach excavators. Wait for operator signal. Stay safe on restoration sites. I did see a couple of excavators working in the hills a couple of miles back. Didn't have a clue what they were doing. They just seemed to be digging random trenches, but clearly it's reclamation. So interesting. That's the way I've come, and that's the way I'm going. And right in the centre of the picture, that little sort of grey blue shed is the schoolhouse bothy, where I think I might stay tonight. We'll see how it goes. The wind's dropped a little bit, and it looks like there might be some places to camp nearby, so we'll see. Oh, good morning. It's Wednesday the 29th today, and it's about 8:30 in the morning. Spent a good night in the schoolhouse bothy. What a nice place to stay. Clean, comfortable. 2 main rooms and a little room. So there was a Dutch couple there, and they had one of the rooms and I had the other. And it was just really nice sitting on a chair and being out of the wind. And when the wind died down, the midges came up, so being out of the midges was good as well. There was a little bit of rain last night, but not much. When I looked at the forecast on Monday, it was grim, but as you can see, today is, touch wood, pretty good. It's nice sunshine, some blue skies, some clouds, but we'll see how it goes. So I intentionally didn't start too early today because I'm hoping to pop into the Ullapool Bridge Hotel, which opens at 10 for at least a coffee and some sort of breakfast. And then I did debate whether to try and get up to Inchnadamph today, but it's only my second day of walking from when I set off, so I didn't want to kill myself. So I'm going to camp somewhere around Benmore Lodge, which only leaves me 11 miles to Inchnadamph tomorrow. I know that's a hard section, and I've got a room in the hostel there, which will be nice. I need to get home in the middle of next week, so I shall probably take the road up from Inchnadamph rather than going round Glencool and Glendew, which is a bit of a shame because I would have liked to have seen that, but it sort of adds an extra day on, and I do want to get to the Cape if I can. It's the 29th of July and I did check the MOD website yesterday for firing times and they still haven't put the August ones on. I think there'll be no firing in July, so I'm hoping it'll be the same at least for the first week in August. So, nice easy path, a little bit of uphill. Let me show you some of the countryside, which is rather beautiful. That's looking down to the schoolhouse bothy, and there's an excavator there but doesn't seem to have moved, and then down in the valley the river broadening out, and then the track. Very pleasant, and it makes a change to have some nice easy non-boggy walking, although I've got my gaiters on just in case. I'm about a kilometre away from Ullapool Bridge. This is the River Einig. Going across the bridge here, rather beautiful river. Lovely. And it's about 20 to 10, so hopefully just as I get to Ullapool Bridge they should open and I can have a little snack and a sit down, which would be nice. And that's the way we've come. Nice easy walking today. And there's the bridge, and to the left of it the hotel. So I should get there just as it opens, which is nice. Well, the Ullapool Bridge Hotel says quite clearly on their website they do morning coffee and snacks from 10 o'clock, but they've changed their minds and they don't open till 12:30. So there's the big Ullapool Bridge, and we're going across the little Ullapool Bridge. So I just sat down and had a little rest. I'm going to move on. There's the River Ullapool. Looks in spate. And I'm going to crack on. That's looking back the way we've come. And I think that's the Ullapool Bridge Hotel there. And the River Ullapool. And over there's a lodge, little bridge, and a few more buildings up here, a little farm, and just, where is it? There, no, just there, you can see where we're going, where I'm going. Now the track splits, and the left-hand bit is a slightly longer route that takes you down by the river, and I just noticed this nice little picnic bench, so I think I'll stop there. And oh dear, there's a car coming. Right, great. Just coming down to walk a bit closer to the River Ullapool. I stopped at that picnic bench for half an hour and got some water and had some porridge and a brunch bar. Had a chat with a few people who were fishing up there. And a bit more cloud cover now, it's looking a bit more grey. I don't know whether we'll have rain today or not, but we'll see how it goes. So that's the way I've been, and there's the River Ullapool, and just come to the end of the 4x4 track and just following the footpath now. So doing very well today. It's about 1:15 and it's about 4 or 5 kilometres to Benmore Lodge and Loch Eilish, where I'm going to camp, I think, and I might have an early camp today. We'll see how it goes. I'm down very close to the River Ullapool, just by the bend in the river. there's on the other bank, there's a number 7 for a fishing pitch. And just opposite that, on this side of the bank, is a fantastic camping spot. And it's only 20 to 2, so it's too early for me to camp. Lovely green grass, doesn't look boggy at all, very close to water. The last kilometre, pretty much since I came off the 4x4 track, has been a bit more taxing. It's been pretty boggy. Alternates between this sort of nice green path and claggy bogs. None of them are too deep though. But I think I've got about a kilometre to go, and then I join a 4x4 track again. And then it's not far to Loch Eilish where I'll camp. The River Oikel and nice little falls. And someone's fishing cabin there by the looks of it. So I've come from down there. Quite glad to be out of that boggy bit. And we're on to a really good 4x4 track. But I'm going to wait for the excavator to come down, because I don't really fancy meeting that halfway up the road. And it's about a kilometre to Loch Eilish, 2 to Benmore Lodge. So I've had a very good time today. It's only 2 o'clock, but I still think I'll pause early for a camp. So this is Loch Eilish. With the hills in the background, looking suitably menacing in the grey skies. And I'm going to walk on for about a kilometre and then find somewhere to camp, I think. Well, I had set my tent up here, which is a nice little spot, but the ground was very stony and it's difficult getting the pegs in, and the wind's starting to get up. I went up to get some water, and literally 20 metres up the path is a better spot. So I'm just gonna, having hiked everything into the tent, I'm just gonna get everything out and move the tent. So the tent moves from here to that, which I think is a better pitch. It's better area, not so close to trees. So I'm pleased I moved. Unfortunately, it's about 4 o'clock. The midges are out in force now, and they're horrible. But there's a bit of a breeze which is keeping them down a bit. That's the way I've come, and the river down there and over there, and just about a quarter of a kilometre away is where the path divides, and I'm heading up that way, I think, tomorrow towards Inchnadamph. Now I'm going to get in the tent and get away from these midges. Yuck. Well, it's just past 5. I'm happily pitched up. It's not a bad place to pitch, actually. About 5 minutes walk away up the hill is a little inlet where it's easy to get water. So I went down there and got water and had a good wash. Midges are very intermittent. They seem to come out for a moment and then bite away and then go away. I think it's probably something to do with the intermittent breeze and stuff like that. But I had a good wash, and now I'm just relaxing in my tent, and I might watch a video or something like that and then have something to eat in a bit. I think it's been about 16 miles today, but I seem to have done that quite quickly. It was pretty easy walking. There was a kilometre of boggy bit, but apart from that it was dead easy. Or easy, bearing in mind Cape Wrath Trail. I think tomorrow's going to be a hard day, but I think it's only about 12 miles to Inchnadamph, and I'm staying in the hostel there, which I'm looking forward to. Okay, I didn't do map time yesterday, forgot about it, but let's do a double on map time today. So I got I flew up to Inverness and then got the bus from Inverness Airport to Inverness, and then the bus from Inverness bus station to Ullapool, which takes about an hour and a half. Did that yesterday and got to Ullapool about 9:30. And the bus comes in here at the ferry port. I walked up to Tesco's. I walked to the outdoor shop, which is about there. and then walked up to Tesco's, got a few bits and bobs, and then you climb up here as a little road that takes you up to the quarry. There are a few warning signs which say beware of quarry vehicles and things like that, but it's perfectly all right walking, relatively easy walking, all up here, and it turns into a 4x4 track. Bridge across the little river, and then eventually you come to Loch Achal, which was rather beautiful. I've put there places to camp there, but I don't know if there are. Wasn't really looking out for that because it was only about 11 o'clock by then. And walking down, the midges were quite bad yesterday, but it was okay. And easy walking past this little place called Cadub, which is a nice little house, and then through Glen Achal, again all 4x4 track, pretty easy, a little bit of up and down but nothing drastic, and then going up here to go just above Loch Andaim, and that takes you up to Inchnadamph bothy. Inchnadamph was very nice actually. Would have happily stayed there, but it was about 2 o'clock, so moved on. So let's move on to the next bit of the map. Here we go. Where are we here? So there's Inchnadamph. Pretty good paths that take you up from Inchnadamph, and there's a bit of a river crossing here. There'd been a bit of rain, so the river was probably about a foot deep to go over, but it was perfectly all right to wade in, but you get wet feet. And then took down, crossed the bridge, and stayed in the schoolhouse bothy, which was lovely. It's got two rooms and another little room, so if there are other people there was a Dutch couple there and they had one room and I had the other room. Lots of chairs, a couple of fireplaces. It's just a really comfortable, clean bothy. It's not stone, it's all sort of wood, which makes it feel a lot nicer. So that was day one. That was about 16 miles, I think. Pretty easy. Good thing about the schoolhouse bothy as well is that it's relatively easy to get water from there down by Dwag Bridge. So I left at about 8:30 this morning, and again it's pretty easy walking. Some nice views. So you can see the River Einig, and then walk up here, and then just going to move the map slightly, and then down through this little bit here, and then back up again, and you cross the bridge, see a couple of houses, and then you get to Ullapool Bridge Hotel. My advice is ignore it. Their website says they do coffee at 10 o'clock and snacks, but they don't actually open until 12:30. And then you backtrack a little to the actual bridge. Just before you get there, there's another little bridge, and you go over there and follow the track there. So you cross the little bridge behind the hotel. You can see I've written rude here. That's because I saw a video by Hayes Outdoors who said they weren't very nice to him. My advice is ignore Ullapool Bridge Hotel unless you're absolutely desperate and it's past 12:30. So you just follow the track here. You don't get too close to the river. You're above the river, so it's a bit difficult to actually access it if you need to get water, but it's okay. And walking along here, somewhere around here, there was this picnic table, and I stopped and had some porridge and a bit of a rest. Came across here, I think it was a little bridge, I can't quite remember, and then up here. The 4x4 track peters out. You can go up here, and in some ways I wish I'd done that. This was okay, but it was part of it footpath and part of it quite boggy, and it was a bit tiring. Nothing drastic,
but I kept right by the River Oikel, and then eventually it joins. Where are we? It joins the 4x4 track again. Here, where are we? Yeah, it joins the 4x4 track again. Here, this is pretty good 4x4 track, which leads him to believe that that's pretty good as well. There was a big excavator coming down it, and then I came up. I was going to camp near Loch Eilish. I couldn't see too many obvious spots to camp, but then again, it was still quite early. It was about 3:30, so I thought I'd go on and went round past Benmore Lodge. There are a few houses around here, and Benmore Lodge looks very nice. And then I followed the track going up here. So it's Benmore Lodge, follow the track up here, and I was running out of places to camp. There was a little clearing about there, which I pitched my tent in initially, and then I decided to move it, and I'm just before, probably about 300 metres before the track divides, and it's not a bad camp spot at all. Back up here, there's a little bridge and a tributary, this little tributary, and you can get water from there. So tomorrow, about 12 miles to Inchnadamph, and I think it's going to be quite hard tomorrow. There's a bit of about 4 kilometres where there's no path, and apparently it's very boggy and peaty, but we'll see how that goes. As I say, it's only 12 miles, so it's okay.
Well, good morning. It's day 3 of the Cape Wrath Trail from Ullapool to Cape Wrath, or I think that makes it about day 14 in all. It's just before 7 o'clock in the morning. It rained quite a lot last night. Midges were awful. I did go out to clean my teeth, but beat a hasty retreat back in again. Even though I had a sort of midge suit on. I'll show you in a minute. I'm all around the tent. Fair bit of condensation in the tent, but something to be expected, I suppose. I think today is quite a hard day up, but it's only about 11 miles to Inchnadamph. I think it's going to be boggy, and I'm just hoping there's a river crossing there. I'm hoping after the rain it's going to be okay, but we'll soon find out. So let's have a look at the midges, most of which are outside the tent, thank goodness. So, Midge City there, and also around there. Oh, yuck. I did leave my rucksack outside, which I think was a mistake. Should have taken it inside. But there we are. And very wet shoes. Right, let's get cracking. Right, nothing left but the odd slug and about 5 billion midges. That's where we came yesterday, and that's where we're going today, and up and sort of over there-ish, I think. So, I don't know if you can see them, but there are loads of midges around. Luckily, I've got this midge top, which has been a lifesaver. So that's good. So, I think I'm going to go down to the water and hopefully have a little wash if there are no midges around, and then just crack on. The track comes down to a ford here, and looks pretty easy to do at the moment, but actually just 50 metres up there is a little bridge. You have to sort of yomp across the grass or slightly boggy area to get there, and then you come down here and round to the path that we're following, which takes us alongside the river and up into the mountains and the Bealach. That's looking back the way we've come. just stopped to put my rain gear on and the rucksack cover because it's light rain at the moment. Path is okay, but it's quite boggy in places, and I think it's going to get worse. And we're heading into the mist and the mountains. So off we go. Just come to the ford at the Alt am Dublokby. Apologies for the pronunciation. I think I might just stop and filter some water before I wade through, because I'm getting a little bit low. I'm about half a kilometre before I strike out away from the path, and a few bits of rain, but it's stopped now and it's quite windy. Just going to stop for a little bit of breakfast, I think. Beautiful views. So I've come from over there, come down and crossed a few rivers. Lovely waterfall there. And now I'm going to start the ascent, going pretty much straight ahead there, with Conneval on the right and Bag Tarsane on the left. I think it's about a kilometre ascent, so we'll see how that goes. I think it's rough and pathless. Fantastic views back along the way we've come. Done quite a bit of the ascent now, and we're going straight up there. So a little bit more up, and then a kilometre and a half of a boggy bit, I think. Right, invigorating. And it's 11:20, so making good time. And the rain's coming down now, but cracking views. Got slightly more uphill to go, but not far. Just walking through Bílach Tralgil, and then we'll descend to Glendub. Sure I'm mangling these pronunciations, but there we are. It's quite a stiff climb up there, and it rained for about 10 minutes, but it seems to have stopped. It's sort of cloudy, rain on and off, which is a bit of a pain because you've got to stop and keep putting your coat on, but it's not so bad. A little bit windy as well. I followed the path that ascends, as the guidebook said. I think it's an easier route, and fantastic view of Loch Assynt. Really good, look at that, wow. Fantastic views. There's Loch Assynt and Inchnadamph somewhere down there, and Loch Maolaquar or something like that, and just coming down from the Bílach. Following this path, it's the path that sort of initially ascends when you get to the Bílach, and it's a bit rough, but it's okay. That's going to peter out, and then we've got about a kilometre and a half of rough boggy ground, and then a river crossing, and then we pick up a better path that takes us to Inchnadamph. Getcha. Well, descending down from the Bílach initially was okay, and then you get to a horrible pathless, boggy, mucky section where it's really difficult to navigate, and not marked on the OS maps, but starting about square 29.5 on the OS map, there is a little path that takes you on the right hand side of the river, and I faffed around for a while and scrambled down, including on a horrible bit of scree, and crossed the river much earlier and got onto this path, which is so much easier than trying to go through all the boggy, trackless muck. But apart from that, that was about sort of a couple of kilometres or something like that. The rest of it's been okay, and It's about 2 o'clock and I'm a couple of kilometres from Inchnadamph now, so I've made good time. I'm glad I didn't do the whole way from Ullapool Bridge to Inchnadamph, because I think that would have been quite testing. Doable, but really hard work, I think. I'm not quite ready for that yet. So I'm staying in the Inchnadamph Explorers Hostel tonight, and I'm very much looking forward to a shower and cleaning my clothes and everything. I stepped into a bog that nearly claimed my trail runner, and unfortunately broke my gaiter, so I need to see if I can fix that when I get back. But it's lovely. The sun's come out now, it's blue skies, and let me show you some of the scenery. So that's where I've come, and on this right hand side was all the boggy horrible bit, and I think the guidebook suggests you carry on walking there until somewhere around here. The river's not too bad at all, actually. It's not in spate at all, which I'm a bit surprised about. I'm very pleased about. And then you've got gorgeous views. Fantastic. Lovely. Unfortunately, the midges and the horseflies are out a little bit. So I'm just hoping this breeze comes up a bit and blows them all away. About a kilometre away from Inchnadamph, the white building up, where is it? There is the Synth Lodge. Looks rather posh. A little dwelling before it, and over on the left there, that's the Inchnadamph Hotel. Not quite sure where the Explorers Lodge is. Apparently I can't check in till 4, but it's 2:30. I'll give it a go and see if I can check in early when I get there. I quite fancy a bit of a rest.